morning. Once again, 6th grade math, and we are on lesson number, let me see, 66. Now, lesson 65, I will just check that later on. As far as the right answers go, maybe tomorrow's lesson we'll go over the answers to both of those, and then the homework answers, and then but today we're going to go over lesson 66. We'll do the class practices in class, and then you will do the review and the homework assignment for lesson 66, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. We're dealing with fractions and percentages, okay? And what we're trying to do, the rule there, the rule on the top of your page, on page 119, it says to change a fraction to a percent, change the fraction to a decimal, change the decimal to a percent by moving the decimal point 2 places to the right and adding the percent symbol. Okay, so when we look down to the class practice and we look at letter A, it says 18/100ths, right? 18/100ths. Okay, now to change that to a percentage, we need to take 18 and divide by 100, okay? Which means we're going to put a point there, and we're going to add a 0 so that 100 can go in there, okay? The decimal goes there. 100 goes into 180 one time, and that's 100, okay? Subtract that, we get 80, add a 0 there, bring it down here. That's going to be 8 times, and that's going to give us 800 there with a remainder of 0. So we have 0.18, okay? And because it's 0.18, to change it to a percentage, we do opposite of what we do when we change the percentage to a decimal, because when we change a percentage to the decimal, we take it and we move the decimal point 2 places to the left. In this case, in order to change this to a percent, we're going to move 2 places to the right, so it's going to be 18%. And that's going to be your answer on that, okay? So that's the way we're going to do each one of these. And again, like I said yesterday, we'll do a couple of these in each section, and then you put it on pause and you do the rest, and then you come back and see if you've done them the way I've done them, okay? So letter B is 3/4. 3/4, and we're changing this to a percentage. So we're going to have 4, we're going to have 3 divided by 4, right? And we're going to put a decimal in there. 4 goes into 37 times. 8 gives you 2, and a 0 there, and a 0 there, decimal point there. Okay, 4 goes into 25 times, so you have 0.75, right? And 0 remainder. Okay, so 0.75, we're going to move that decimal 2 places to the right, and it's going to give us 75%. Okay, that's how you do those. Letter C, you have 7/25. Okay, 7/25. So you're going to take 7 and divide by 25. Okay, decimal, 0, decimal, 25 goes into 70 twice, gives you 50. So you have 20 there, you're going to add that 0 there and there, 25 goes into 208 times. All right, so that leaves you with a remainder of 0. Okay, so now you're going to take the decimal point and you're going to move it 2 places to the right to get your percentage. Okay, so that will give you your percentage. Now, we go on to the next one, letter D, 1/2. 1/2, again, 1 divided by 2, 0, point there, 5, so it's 0.50, because you're going to move it 2 places to the right, so it's going to be 50%. Okay, that is how those are accomplished. And hopefully you'll be able to do them. Let's run through some more. 9/20. Again, 20 goes into 9, 0.4 times, 80, 10, add a 0, 0 there, that's 500, 0, move the decimal place 2 places, and you have 45%. Okay? Now, that is how you should do the rest of these. Now, I am going to do some a little differently, okay? Well, they've switched some things up on us here, so let's go ahead and do things the way they've done them. Okay. Let me see. 3/10. Let me just show you a different way of doing this, okay? 3/10. Okay. Now, we know that the percentage is so much out of 100, right? So if I take the 10, what do I need to multiply that to get to 100? Okay, 10, right? So if I multiply by 10, okay, I get 100 under here, correct? Okay, so if I multiply the bottom by 10, I can multiply the top by 10, okay? Because I can multiply anything by 1 and it doesn't change its value. So 3 times 10 is 30. So I have 30 out of 100, or 30%, okay? You can do it that way as well, all right? But you can only do that if you can get the denominator to 100, all right? Now we're just changing decimal points. The next one is a decimal point. It says 0.17. All right, all you're going to do is move that 2 places over. It's going to be 17%. Okay, so that was easy enough. 1.5. Okay, 1.5. All right, well, we already said 1.5. That 1/2 was equal to 50%, right? And 1 is equal to 100%. So you have 100% plus 50%, which equals 150%. Or if you want to, you can say 1 is equal to 100%. Okay? And 1/2, you can do your division there, 1 divided by 2, and your decimal 0.5, and then move that over. It becomes 50%. And then you add that to the 100, and you get 150%. Okay, so you can do it that way as well, and that will work for you. Okay, now the next one, 7.29. 7.29. Okay, now again, all you're doing is you're moving the decimal point 2 places to the right, so that's going to give you 729%. Okay. Next one, 5 1/4. 5 1/4. Any whole number, you're just going to multiply by 100. So you're going to get 5 times 100, or 500%. For the whole number. Okay, now you're going to take the 1/4 and you're going to say 1 divided by 4, 0.0 there, 2 point, that's 8, that's going to give you 2, you're going to add a 0, 0, 4 goes into 25 times, so that's 20, and that's 0. So you're going to move that 2 places to the right, so that's going to be 25%. Okay, and then you're going to add those together to get a total of 525%. Okay, see, check your work, make sure you did that right. Okay, the next one is, again, just simply moving the decimal point, and you have 16.2. And what you're going to do is you're going to move the decimal point 2 places. So you're going to add a 0 there. You're going to wind up with 1,620%. Okay? All right. And then the last one is 3/8. 3/8. So 3/8. Again, you're going to take the 3, divide by 8, okay, 0.0, 0.0, all right, and that's going to be 3, so 24, that's 6, add a 0 there, a 0 there, 8 goes into 60, 7 times, 56, that gives you 4. Add another 0, another 0 there, and that's going to be a 5, right? And that's going to give you 40 with a 0 remainder. So you have 0.375. So you're going to move the decimal point 2 places, and you're going to have 37.5%. Okay? All right, that should give you enough of an idea of those. Now we go on to number 2 in the practice set. And it says find the percentages. It says 23% of oops, I'm sorry, I went to the wrong one. Let's go back to number 2. Okay, it says subtract from 100%. Well, that's easy enough to do because if you have 19%, you're subtracting from 100%. You're going to say 100 minus 19 is 81%. Okay. The next one says 25%. So you're going to always start with 100. You're going to subtract 25%. It's going to give you 75%. Okay. 6.5%, you're going to start with 100, and you're going to subtract minus 6.5. Okay, so now you're going to need to borrow. So that's 0. That's going to become 10, right? You're going to make that a 9, bring the 10 over here, make that a 9, and bring the 10 over here, right? So you're going to get 5 over here, and 3, and 9, so you got 93.5%. Okay, that's how you're going to do those. Okay. D, you have 20.4%. So you got 100 minus 20.4, and again, 0, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10. So that's 6 and 9 and 7, so 79.6%. Okay, that's how those work. You should be, again, on these, you should have done most of these on your own and just checking your answers with me. Okay, you're going to subtract 84% from 100%. So you're going to take 100 minus 84, leaves you with 16%. Okay. Try to rush through these a little bit. 11.25%. Okay, 11.25% out of 100%. Okay, now there again, if you take 1% off of this and say there's 99 left here, and then there's going to be 4/4, okay? So you're going to take the 4/4 minus the 1/4, and you're going to get 3/4, right? And then you're going to do 99 minus 11 is 88. So it should be 88 3/4%. Okay? That's the way you would do it with the fractions. And I did the last fraction, the half. I had changed it to a decimal automatically in my head, so forgive me for that. You can do that with the fraction the same as I did this one. Okay, 5.5%. So you take 100 minus 5.5. Again, you're going to cross that, 9, cross that, 9, and you're going to have 10 over here. 10 minus 5 is 5, and 4 and 9, so 94.5%. All right, we are almost done with number 2. So number 2, it says 99% from 100. So you have 100%, you're going to subtract 99%, you're going to get 1%, right? 100 minus 99. Okay. Number 3, it says find the percentages. And it's 23% of 75. Okay, remember this of means times. Okay, so I'm going to change this to a decimal. Again, we're just going to move it over 2 places. So it's going to be 0.23 times 75. Okay, so 3 times 5 is 15. Carry the 1, 21, 22, 0, 0. Carry the 1, 14, 15. And you got 2, 5, 7, 1. And there's 2 decimal places up there, so it's 17.25. Okay, that's how you do those. Okay. Okay, now we're going to look at a recognition fact. Okay, you guys should know that 33 1/3 is equal to 1/3 of whatever you're multiplying. So when I say 33 1/3% of 21, 33 1/3% is 1/3 of whatever you're multiplying. So this is 1/3 times 21, like this. Okay, so you have 21 over 3, which is equal to 7. Okay, that's how you would do that. Okay. 6 1/4%, right? 6 3/4%, sorry. 6 3/4% of 980. Okay. So 6 3/4, of course, we have to do 3 divided by, or 4, yeah, 3 divided by 4, which is going to give you 7, 8, 2, 0, 5, 20, 0, so 70.75, right? So you have 6.75% of 980. With me? Okay, now what's going to happen is you have to move the decimal point 2 places to get rid of the percentage. So it's going to be 0.0675 times 980. Okay, so when we do the multiplication there, 0.0675, we have 0, 0, 49, 0, 0, 6, 5, 63, 68, 0.0008, 304, 54, 58, 0015, 1, 21, carry the 2, 14, 16, 6, and there's 4 decimal places here, so you're coming all the way over here, and you're getting 66.15. Okay? All right. Let me see. You should be doing the rest of these on your own. But let's look at letter D there. It says 1.5% of 500. 1.5% of 500. Now, hopefully we know by this time that 1/2 is equal to 0.5. So this is 1.5% of 500. We'll take the decimal place 2 points out. So it's 500 times 0.015. Okay, so you're going to get 0, 0, 25. You're going to get 0, 0, 0, 5. And you're going to add those. And 1, 2, 3, so 3.7.5. Okay, that's how you're going to do those. Okay, 18% of 640. 18% of 640. Again, you're just going to move your decimal here. So you're going to have 640 times 0.18. Two decimal points, so it would be 115.2. Okay. 250%. 250% of 636. Of 636. Okay. Again, you're going to move your decimal point 2 places. So you wind up with 636 times 2.5. So 0, 3, 2, 1, 0, 12, 7, 12. And 1 decimal place, so 1,590 is your answer there. Okay. 3 left here. We have 3 left. Okay, they call these additional practice, but we might as well do them. You got 10% of 830. Okay. You're going to move the 2 decimal places, so it's going to be 830 times 0.1. So that's going to be 830, and we're going to move the decimal place here. So it's going to give you 83. Okay. 12.5%. 12.5%. I'm assuming this is a memorization fact for you of 56, okay? That you understand that 12.5% is equal to 1/8. I'm making the assumption from the way the book is written here that you guys have some of these fractions memorized. So 12.5% is equal to 1/8. and that's times 56. Okay, so that becomes 56 divided by 8, which is 7. Okay. All right. Now you have 500% of 20, and this is where we'll end up here today. You have 500% of 20. We're going to move the 2 decimal places, so we have 20 times 5, which is going to give you 100. Okay. That is the way you do those problems. I want you to go ahead and do the review and then do lesson 66 for homework. And we will call that a lesson for today. Okay, look forward to seeing you tomorrow.